Recently in our philosophy class, we were talking about this maxim of you cannot be what you observe. And whenever I do my philosophy class, I sort of tell my friends about it. And this one in particular is quite confusing without some context. So I'm going to explain the context of how we received the maxim in class. So how it was sort of told us in our class, and then how I understand it myself. So first of all, when it comes to, let me bring up my paint. In our class, we're shown a wee picture of a flower, and if the question was asked, when you see a flower, what observes it? And then we were like, alright, okay then, my eyes see it. So he had a weird eye. So I'm going to try to draw an eye. And so you go to object, flower. And then this we'll label as senses. So the senses see the flower and see that it's beautiful. And then we were asked what observes the senses. And we were like, the brain. Our thoughts. So it's going to be a thought bubble. Our thoughts. Then we were asked, what observed the thoughts? And nobody got this part. But our teacher said, what was it called? Our feelings observe our thoughts. Pretty much everyone disagreed with us in the class, but this is the way it was showed to us. That our feelings sort of, I guess, control our thoughts. Like maybe when you're angry or you're upset, it controls the way you think about things, and that controls the way you sense things. Whatever. Anyway, then we were asked, what observes all of this? And everyone said, consciousness. And yeah, they were right. So he had like a cool star image, like this. It was like a compass. I was like that. And he wrote, the observer observed everything. So the observer is like beyond feelings, beyond thoughts, beyond senses, and it understands the beauty of the flower. This sort of ties back to an older lesson we had about beauty. But the way it was described in the class was you can always sort of link back to the observer. And so the maxim was, you cannot be what you observe. So the idea is, if you're observing your feelings, if you're observing your thoughts, if you're observing your body, or you're observing an object, you cannot be it. So then what are you? So like when you look in the mirror, you're observing yourself. Or if you're hearing your own voice, is that you can't be your voice? All that sort of stuff. My way of understanding it, so that was the class, right? That was the class we got like this. My way of understanding it was like, let me put my camera back up. There we go. Was you can't be what you observe, right? So another way of having this diagram is all of these things sort of on one field, or actually everything sort of joined together in sort of one circle. I didn't understand that. That didn't make sense to me. That didn't make sense to me at all. Or what else? The way I look at it is that the observer is that you move this out the way, and the observer is separate from all of them, and these are not like in a hierarchy. Like these are all in one field, and the observer sees all of them. And the reason why I think this is because you've got a hand, and it's your hand, because if your hand hurts, you're the only one that can feel it, and you're the only one that can sort of satiate the feelings of this hand. And then I apply that same sort of relationship that I've got with my hand to my feelings. Like, my feelings are this object that I've got. It's mine. Like, my hand's not me. It's part of me. And my feelings are part of me, but it's not me. And when I'm angry, when I'm upset, when I'm anxious, that's not me. And the hardest bit for me to sort of understand was that my thoughts are not me. I tend to spend, or I have spent a lot of my time thinking that I'm my thoughts, and that my thoughts are so smart, and they understand everything, and my thoughts are able to sort of look at stuff. But after sort of seeing this diagram, the final thing of this diagram was that he sort of drew like a through line all of this, and he was like, the observer sees the flower. The final sort of the observer sees that. What was I talking about? The hand. Oh yeah, the thing that really sort of threw me off was that you can observe your thoughts. So you think about this sort of concept, this sort of idea. Concepts are things you think about, And then as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wait, I can observe my thoughts. And then I was like, my thoughts are in my voice. Like, when you stop and you think, and you sort of think to yourself, it's in your voice. And I always thought that my inner voice was me, but I can observe it. And I'm like, wait, hold on, who's observing what I thought was my voice? My inner voice. I'm like, man, so that kind of destroyed my brain. And then after the class, we have a homework to sort of practice what we learned for a week. So during my practice of trying You Cannot Be What You Observe, one thing I ended up doing was when I was like journaling, or what I tend to do when I wake up in the morning, I write down how I'm feeling, what I want to do. I'm like, I'm feeling pure grumpy today. I want to eat some cake, I don't want to go outside, all that sort of stuff. Because I knew I could observe my thoughts and observe my feelings and observe my body, instead of writing I am thinking, or I'm thinking, or I'm feeling, like I'm feeling hungry, I'm feeling this, I wrote the thoughts are thinking that, or the body is feeling that, or the heart is feeling, like the body is feeling hungry, and then the mind is saying, oh, if I go get some food, it'll satiate the body, and that's what I sort of got out of the practice, where I could have wrote my thoughts are feeling this, and my body is feeling this, and my feelings are expressing this. However, I feel like writing the thoughts or the feelings or the body is expressing so and so, instead of saying my thoughts or my feelings are expressing, adds another layer of distance between the thoughts and my sense of identity, or the body and my sense of identity. So that was the first thing I learned, was that writing it out in this sort of very detached way helped me. I don't think it helped me understand who I was, but it helped me understand what my thoughts and what my feelings and what my senses are. And then that was one thing I learned. I'm trying to remember the other thing I learned. I practiced that. I did all that. And there was something else. I'll have a little ponder. My thoughts, my feelings. I wrote it all down. I can't remember. I'll remember another time, but have a go at trying. You cannot be what you observe, and it's fun. It's a really fun experiment, and I hope it brings you some joy.